ambience from different rooms. So I'm using this room number 2, and I'm using this mic to mic this room. So you can see the distance from the mic to the actual speaker that is generating the ambience. I'm going to click on add sidechain, and I'm going to select all the tracks you have in your project will be listed, and you select from that. So sending it to an effect track, we call it vocal reverb, and this is the effect track. So on this effect track, it means this is sent to this vocal recording. This is sent out from the sends to this part. So there is a Y output now. It means that this voice is going to the L bus, which is the group track we created earlier, and also is being routed again. That is Y output coming out here, coming out here. So it's going out through this point, and it's also going out through this send. Okay, so whatever this L bus is receiving is the same thing the FS track is receiving. All right, on this FS track, if I just play it without adding anything on it, it's going to be like this vocal sitting on this vocal, like a double sound, sounding the same at the same time. Okay, it's going to cause a plastic sound.
I am the Lord, the Holy One.
You notice that plastic sound?
I am the Lord.
Okay, but what we want to be doing is to add a reverb on this vocal reverb, and the reverb we are using here is from UAD. It's called the Capitol Chambers. I'm using the algorithm from number 2, using this mic to mic the room. All these numbers are ambience from different rooms. So I'm using this room number 2, and I'm using this mic to mic this room. So you can see the distance from the mic to the actual speaker that is generating the ambience. So you can determine that, and then you have my decay is being set to maximum, and I have my pre-delay set to about 50 milliseconds. Okay, so it means that the reverb will wait after receiving the signal for about 50 milliseconds before the reverb comes up. All right, so I'm going to be setting this to total wet. Okay, so once this is set on, I don't need to use any of this mix. Okay, it could be anywhere, but this will work when this wet solo is switched off, so you can control the amount of mix. That is probably when you are using this plugin directly on the L bus. All you are receiving from this track is wet, so the dry voice is coming from this lead and is coming out from the L bus. You already have the dry voice, you just want a reverb on it. So we are going to activate this wet solo, and you set the frequency for your ambience, your reverb. Okay, so let's see how it sounds.
The Holy One, I am your King and your Creator.
What you notice is that it's actually competing with the vocal. So how to deal with that is you had a dynamic plugin, and in this case I'm going to be using the auto-tune vocal EQ. So I'm using this dynamic on the number 3. I'm going to be setting a sidechain for it. Okay, so the kind of content I'm dealing with is a voice around this part, auto tenor part. It's a high female voice. You could set soprano and all that. That is the input type. Okay, so you are going to activate the sidechain and come here. Then all the tracks you want this plugin to control the dynamics, you are going to route it on the sidechaining routing. Okay, so now I want to send this track, which is the lead track, to the reverb, the speech to the reverb, the chorus lead to the reverb, the ad-libs to the reverb. So I'm sending speech, lead, chorus, and the ad-libs to the reverb. So on this sidechain, I'm going to be adding all of that: the speech lead, chorus lead, and the ad-libs. So how do I add that? I'm going to click on add sidechain, and I'm going to select all the tracks you have in your project will be listed, and you select from that. Okay, so you can also control the level that is going from each of the tracks to this plugin. Okay, it's going to be using signal from those sidechain to control the dynamics. Okay, so if the voice is not coming up, there won't be any dynamics, there won't be any compression going on. So on number 3, whenever the artist is singing, I want to bring down the level, okay, of this frequency. Number 3 of frequency. So the frequency here, I'm going to use this shape. Okay, so I'm not just going to be compressing the mid part, but I'm compressing from this point upward to the 20 or 25 kilohertz. Okay, so let's see what it is. I'm going to activate the plugin now.
I am the Lord.
So you can see what it's doing is bringing down the effect of the reverb. So this plugin is going to be added after the reverb. So when the reverb is coming up, this is going to suppress the reverb. That is what it's supposed to do. It's going to suppress the reverb. So by so doing, it's reducing the volume of the reverb.
I am the Lord.
Of course, you set your threshold, and the volume is the most important. And if the reverb is too much for you, you can control the level of the reverb here by reducing the send. You can also control the level of the reverb by reducing the volume of the reverb track itself, the FS track. Okay,
The Holy One, I am your King and your Creator. I made a way through the desert, caused my angels to go before you. Now I am still God, I'm on the throne.